Okay guys, welcome to the second episode of my 1 million funded challenge, a new series where I'm documenting my entire process until I get to $1 million in funding capital. The idea is the following. I basically just record every single day throughout the week. I show you my trades, show you the before it happens until whatever it happens at the end. I open my MT5. At the end of the week, I also open my trading dashboard so you guys can actually keep a track on my process. And yeah, the idea is to just show you guys with full transparency the entire process till I reach my goal. So this is episode 2. Let's enjoy it, sit down, relax, and let's move on with the first day of the week on Monday and see what happened. Guys, and before jumping into the video, it's important to show you how we closed last week, so you guys are a little bit aware of how we were doing and how basically we finished this new week. So check this out. So this right here is my YouTube video, right? You guys can see it here, the first episode. So this is how we closed on my 50K account on FTMO. So we closed in basically break even, right? This was my running position, but we basically in terms of balance, we closed at break even. And then this is my first Blueberry funded account. We closed at almost 3%, so 2.9%. This is the first account. This one right here is the second account. You guys can see the account number. And we closed at 2.63% in profit. And this is the third and last challenge, also Blueberry funded. You guys can see the different account number. We closed at 2.8%. By the way, this is the video. This is the end of the first episode. So just keeping everything with full transparency so that you guys are a little bit aware how we closed last week. Okay, so now we can actually jump into the first day of this new week. What up guys? So today's Monday, November 3rd, the first day of a new week. And like always, let's just jump into the market and see what's going on real quick. So first of all, I'm currently in 2 trades, so holding 2 positions. The first one, GBP that to be honest, this look awful. Not very promising at all, so most likely I'm going to get stopped out for a -1R in this position. And then, then I have NZ DJPY, this long position right here. We had a huge rejection right when price tagged this in, but now price is coming back and now we're at break-even level. I'm still holding that position, waiting for price to reach my 101 to move stop loss to break-even, but that's kind of like the 2 positions I have. An update of the previous positions on Euro and ZD, I got stopped out at break-even, so we didn't lose in that position and we didn't win either. And USD CAD, I lost a 1R in this position, so a -1%, considering that I'm risking 1% per trade on each specific Profirm challenge. And I have a couple of pending orders. Well, no pending orders because I don't have any pending orders placed on my MT5 right now, but I do have some setups that I'm most likely planning to take if price starts to retrace to my entry. First one, AUD NZD, it's now creating a new high, so I'm gonna keep monitoring this position. Then this one right here, EuroCAD, CAD-CHEV, USD JPY, EuroCHEV, same thing as AUD NZD, creating new highs. And unfortunately, I got this missed trade. This was one of my pending orders, by price didn't reach my entry, filled my entire fair value gap, and then reach my 101. And based on my rules, in this type of situations, the scenarios, I remove my pending order, so I don't have this pending order already, so it's already deleted. But this was also something interesting that I wanted to show you guys. And before we continue with the rest of the video, I want to talk about the platform I've been using to check what are the best Profirms out there so that I can choose the right ones to complete this challenge. The platform is called Profirm Match, and honestly, it's one of the most useful tools I've found for traders. It's basically a comparison platform where you can explore and review all the top Profirms in the industry. What makes it really stand out is that they have over 5,000 verified reviews from actual traders that have had the opportunity to test out these Profirms by their own. So it's not reviews from fake people or from bots. They're actually real, which makes you and helps you actually identify what are the best Profirms and which ones to stay away from. You can also learn about each firm's rules, the types of challenges they offer, and which ones have the best conditions. For example, in my case, you guys know that I'm using Blueberry Funded for a while. I actually discovered Blueberry Funded through Profirm Match. I read the reviews, I checked all the rules, and I even found the best discount code available directly on the platform. So the good thing is that instead of you guys going and buying a challenge for full price, you can go into Profirm Match and find the most updated and recent discount codes out there for every single Profirm challenge. I can put my name and my reputation on the table. I've been using Profirm Match for a while already, and I only have good things to say about it. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go down the description of this video, click the link, go check Profit Match, and make sure you never get scammed again. Prioritize what really matters, which is choosing the best prop firms, compare them, read the reviews, and make the right decisions. Now, showing you my prop firm challenges, starting with FTMO, the 50K account. We're back at drawdown, so right now my balance is minus 1%. But of course, considering that I have some trades running, the one on GBPCHEV and the one on NSET DJPY, I will have to just wait to see what happens on those two positions. But it's currently sitting at minus 1%. We can see the drawdown here. Then my first Blueberry funded account. This one, now we're up 1.75%. This one was almost 3% profit. Now we're back at 1.75% up. It's not bad. We're still in profit, so nothing to worry about. Also, considering that I have a 1-to-3 risk reward, I'm going to lose more than I'm going to win. But the times I'm winning 3 times more than the times I'm losing. So it's all good. That's the power of 1-to-3 risk reward. Then this one right here, up 1.48% profit. It was also super close to 3%. So we're a little bit back into closer to break even, but it's all good. And finally, this one, 1.66%. So they're all super similar in terms of profit. They're all in profit right now, all the Blueberry funded challenges. So like I can't worry about that. Like I'm not complaining actually, because I'm still in profit, but we'll see what happens with the two positions I'm holding right now, which is GBPCHEV and NSET DJPY. So we'll see what happens on those 3 positions. And now let me show you my MT5 so you guys can see how the trades are looking. Okay, now showing you my MT5 with all my trades and everything. So for example, this one is the 50K account on FTMO. These are the 2 trades I'm currently holding with no pending orders, as I said. So only the 2 trades I'm holding. GBPCHEV, the one that it's in drawdown, and NSET DJPY, the one that it's in the break-even level, so super close to break-even, right? And for example, this one is the GBPCHEV short position. If I lose $499, which is almost 500, which is the 1% of a 50K account. And the other one on NSET DJPY, this one right here, this long position, that if I lose $500. If I win $1,529, which is basically a 3% in this case. So those are the 2 trades I'm holding right now. Let me actually open another one, for example, one of the Blueberry accounts, so you guys can see everything super clear. So the first one, GBPCHEV, same position. If I lose $510. This one was a little bit more in profit. That's why it's 510 instead of 500. And you guys can see no pending orders, just my 2 trades running. And then the other one, which is NSET DJPY. Let me actually look it up real here and open the chart window so you guys can see it. And this one right here. If I lose $512. If I win my 3%, which is $1,516. So those are the trades, guys. My MT5, everything with full transparency. And now let's just jump into Tuesday to see what's going on and what happens with these trades. All right, guys. So today is Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. And in simple words, it's been a very rough start to the month. I want to show you everything real quick. But yeah, just being super transparent with you guys. Trading is not always just perfection, just winning after winning. It's also being able to show you guys my process with complete transparency. And like I said, it's been a rough start to the month, so just let me show you what's going on. So I had today a loss on CAD-JPY, this long position, a loss on NSET DJPY, a loss on GBPCHEV that literally price stopped me out and then immediately went to my expected direction. So literally it was kind of like a stop loss hunt. And I also got stopped out on USD CAD. So stop loss on this one, like I think I showed you this trade right here yesterday. So 4 stop losses to start the month and 1 break-even trade on Euro and ZD. So in simple words, it's been a very rough start to the month. Basically, the unfortunate and what makes me a little bit, not angry, but of course, how can I say it? Kind of like, it's not, sometimes it's not easy to accept is the fact that I was very good last week. We were up almost 3% on every single Profit Challenge on Blueberry and like around almost 1% if I'm not mistaken on FTMO and the FTMO challenge. And now I want to show you how my challenges are doing. So This one right here, which is the FTMO, it's almost no, it's actually 4% down. So imagine that. Look at that horrible losing streak. And my blueberry challenges are almost 2% down. So this one, it's around 1.5% down, 1%, 1.5% down, a little bit more. And this one, it's almost 2% down. So from almost 3%, well, not 3%, they were like 2.5% in profit, now down to almost 2%. And I want to show you the trades. So for example, the trades right here, I took every single position on every single challenge, like always. So let me see where I can show you the trades. Okay, there you go. So on closed trades, so we had the losing trade on CAD-JPY that I guess we got stopped out with a little bit of slippage, so $525. Then the NCD-JPY buy position that it was also a loss. The losing trade on GBP that it looks like we also got slipped out tremendously in this position. The break even on Euro NZD, and then the losing trade on USD CAD. This was from last week, so you guys saw that, as well as the winning trade on GBP CAD. But as we can see right now, we're currently in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trade losing streak, which is fucking horrible. It's not easy to accept this, but it's like the only way to actually manage it is understanding that this is normal and this is based on data, and it is what it is. Like, what, we can't do anything about it. And let me show you. Yeah, exactly the same trades. I was checking in this one. I don't know why they haven't actually updated the last trade. So it's only until NZD-JPY, but my balance is already updated. So yeah, we can see just the trade on NZD-JPY, GBP, USD CAD, Euro NZD. So all of these ones except the CAD-JPY position that most likely is going to be updated in a couple of minutes or maybe a couple of hours, because this stop loss was very recent. So yeah, as you guys can see, these were the trades so far. So stop loss CAD-JPY, NZD-JPY, stop loss on GBP, Euro NZD break even, and stop loss on USD CAD. And let me show you my position. So depending orders, I'm just going to place on my MT5 as of right now, literally after I end recording this, I'm going to immediately place them. So Euro CAD, this short position, then this one on USD JPY and Euro CHF. So these are the only positions I'm going to place on my MT5 as pending orders as of right now. And I have a couple of trades that I'm kind of like monitoring. They're just completely new. So I'm going to, of course, check and wait for price to retrace. But the ones are Euro GBP, this one, AUD CAD, Euro JPY, Euro AUD, and GBP JPY. So there's a couple of opportunities. The market is very volatile, a lot of possibilities and trades for us. So of course, it's frustrating to have a huge losing streak just to start the month, and not only just to start the month, just to start this challenge with you guys by documenting everything on YouTube. But this is the reality, and I don't think there's a better way to actually start this so you guys can actually realize what trading really looks like. It's not only just winning after winning, it's actually being able to manage a losing streak properly and understanding that we have a profitable edge in the long run. And our idea is just to keep executing it in the long run so that the edge and the probabilities play on our favor. So that's what I'll be doing as of right now. I'm going to place my pending orders, forget about these losing trades, and just focus on the most important trade, which is the next one. So I'll just show you a quick video of me placing the pending orders on my MT5, and we're going to jump immediately to tomorrow. 1940. Welcome to a new day. Today is Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. And let's just get right into the market, show you everything so you guys can kind of like see what's going on. So first of all, I'm going to show you the trade. I have one trade running at the moment, so one active position, which is this short position on AUD CAD, right? We had liquidity sweep, break of structure. I show you this trade yesterday, and this is basically what I'm holding at the moment. I'm not holding any other trades right now, just one, which is this one here. I love the fact that we have some huge equal lows at the bottom, and we just recently broke structure right in here with a fair value gap with a liquidity sweep. This is the most recent range, so targeting a 1, 2, 3 risk to reward. We are having some nice rejection on our zone. So we're expecting for price to go lower, at least reach our 101 to move stops to break even, and then make this trade risk free. Then I have this pending order. This is the only pending order I have at the moment on my MT5. I'm going to show you my MT5 in a second, which is Euro AUD, this long position. I really like this position because I just trade the 4-hour time frame, but just as an explanation purpose, we can see that in higher time frames, for example, in the daily, we just recently grabbed liquidity not only from this low here, but also from this internal low as well. So we grabbed liquidity with a lot of volume in here, and then we broke structure to the upside. We were bearish, we broke structure to the upside. That's kind of like, in maybe you guys understand these terms, change of character, however you guys want to call it, but in my opinion, it's just a change of direction for me to now look for long opportunities. So we have a nice fair value gap with a clear break of structure with a body close. Perfect setup. Now I'm just waiting for price to reach my entry, and then we'll see what happens. And I'm going to show you a couple of trades. I don't have them, like I said, as pending orders at the moment, but I'm waiting for price to reach my alerts so that I can start placing them as pending orders on my MT5. The first one is EuroCAD. So this is an interesting situation. I have two opportunities. Whichever gets first to my entry is the one I'm actually going to place. So short position on EuroCAD, which is this bigger range, and this short position that, by the way, it's a more aggressive position, but still it respects all my rules. We recently grabbed liquidity not only from this lows here, but also from this internal low as well. We broke structure to the upside with fair value gap as well as with body close. And this is the most recent range with a fair value gap in here. And we also took liquidity, so we swept liquidity from this lows, internal lows here. Then we broke structure, so this is a valid aggressive long, targeting kind of like the bigger image. And then in the hypothetical scenario, if price just go high and just starts climbing here, we're going to take this short position. So that's why I have this alerts here. I had this one as a pending order, but after creating this one, I removed it from my pendings. That's why it said stacked. Now what I'm going to do is just basically move my alert here, and I'm going to change the name to set pending. And that's how I'm going to know if price starts reversing towards this main short, or if it gets to this long, which you can see here, it says set pending. Then Euro GBP, this long position, straight to the point, liquidity sweep, break of structure, fair value gap. Euro JPY, the most recent range, we were working in this range right here. So this one, and this one, right? And then we can see that there was a break of structure in here with body close. And then price created a new range from this low to this high, and then price invalidated that range by breaking structure to the opposite direction here, right? With a body close, with fair value gap, and taking liquidity not only from this high, but also from this high, so swept in that liquidity, and then breaking structure. So this is a valid position, this short, so I'm waiting for that. Then GBP/JPY, this is also an interesting scenario. I'm still debating if taking it from this high here or from this main high here. Why this high and not this high? Well, because this high was actually the one that broke structure with body close. We can see that with this main body and main move to the downside, there was no break of structure with body close, which means that we're still operating from this below here. So the range still remains like this one and like this. Like I said, recapitulating and repeating what I just said, the break of structure happened from this low to here, because this was just a wick. This is not a break of structure, so the break of structure should be considered from here, right? So if we measure and take our setup based on a range, this will be the actual range with fair value gaps here as well as here. But of course, this is the most recent range in short periods of time, so I'm still debating if actually taking it or from this high or from this high. So I'm going to see, but this is something I have as a possible pending, and I have my alert here that said set pending. Then Euro NZD, this long position, straight to the point, liquidity sweep, break of structure, fair value gap, the most recent range, as well as that we were bullish in higher time frames. And then USD JPY, this long position. It looks like it's going to be a missed trade if price starts creating new ranges and start breaking structure to the upside with body close. Then I'm going to forget about this position and just move on with other trade ideas. And that's kind of like what I have on my watch list at the moment. I don't see anything else so far. So that's basically it. Okay, so this is my MT5 right here. And as we can see, I only have one trade running, which is AUD CAD, right? And I have just one pending order on Euro AUD. So this is the Euro AUD pending order. And this is the trade, which is running right now on AUD CAD, right? And everything, like these two trades, so the active trade and the pending order, are also running on my other challenges. So my 50K challenge on FTMO, which is this one, as well as my other two challenges on Blueberry Funded. This is one of them. And the other two, which are also 50K accounts, also have the same position. And I wanted to show you guys real quick this. So let me actually turn off this camera, this light. So I want to show you my trading journal real quick. So this is my trading journal. I wanted to show you guys how I'm doing so far for November. So I'm down minus 4R. I finished the month of October in 2R in profit, September 4.8 in profit. So we came basically from 2 profitable months, and now we started November really tough. So in minus 4R right now. And I want to show you guys real quick my general input, basically, so you guys can see that we're currently in a losing streak. So we basically had a losing trade on USD CAD, then a break even, and then 3 straight losses. So basically forgetting and ignoring this break even, I'm currently in a 4 trade losing streak. What up guys? So today's Thursday, November 6th, 2025. And to be honest, there's not too much to talk about today, but let's just jump into the market so you guys can see how everything is going. So to start with, I'm currently in this short position on AUD CAD. I mentioned it that it was one of my pending orders, as well as that I was holding this trade. I mentioned that in yesterday's video, where we can see a clear liquidity sweep, a break of structure, a fair value gap, all my rules in place, targeting a 1-2-3 risk reward. This is already risk-free, which means that my stop loss is already at my entry level. That basically means that if price keeps retracing and it gets to my entry level, I'm going to get stopped out at break even, so no loss and no win. Right? Which of course it's nice to have. It's much better for you to just remove the risk in positions like this one, especially if you're swing trading. At least that's my opinion, and that's based on my data. So yeah, we're currently in this position, and then I have 2 pending orders at the moment, which, oh, by the way, actually before jumping into that, there's most likely a good opportunity to re-entry in this fair value gap here, most likely entering like in the middle of this fair value gap to be able to actually get the most RR possible. I will most likely be putting my stop loss here. By the way, this is not 100% sure. I'm just saying that if I was going, or if I'm going to actually re-enter on this trade and scale up, I will enter it this way, targeting basically this low here for around a 1-2 risk reward. So that's something I'm looking at the moment. I'm going to be considering it. And I have 2 pending orders, which means that these 2 trades are placed on my MT5 already, and I'm just waiting for price to reach my entry. The first one, Euro GBP, that it's kind of close to get tagged. Also targeting a 1-2 risk reward. We have liquidity sweep, break of structure, fair value gap, and then Euro JPY. This one, it's way far away. Like it's way farther than Euro GBP as an example. But I'm still waiting to see if there is maybe a nice momentum to the upside and we're able to get tagged in this position. There's a couple of setups that I'm, of course, kind of like interested at the moment. They're not placed on my MT5 as pending orders yet, but I'll be monitoring them very closely, and that's why I have some alerts in here, like USD JPY. I don't like the fact that this one just rejected and respected this short setup, that it was not valid in my opinion, but it respected it. So it's kind of like it's creating new trends and new ranges to the downside. I'm going to be considering that. Then GBP JPY, I'm not sure if taking it from this high or for this high. So that's why I have an alert that I'm going to, of course, monitor it and make a decision later today, most likely. Euro NZD, these are trades and setups that were created today. GBP AUD, GBP CAD, so they're new positions. I still need to see price retracing to my entry, so we'll see what happens. And I want to share something that is very unfortunate, which is Euro AUD. You guys know that I was holding this pending order on my MT5. I showed everything with full transparency, but unfortunately, we didn't get tagged in this position. It was kind of like the opposite direction to AUD CAD. It was kind of like the same trade, but in the other side. AUD CAD, we got tagged. But this one, unfortunately, price never reached our entry, and it was an immediate and fast take profit for those who, of course, entered in the fair value gap. In my case, that I entered in the 0.75 FIP level, I didn't get tagged, so we missed out on this nice entry, this nice position. But of course, it's nice to see that the overall strategy and the overall idea played out very nicely. But of course, it's frustrating to see that it didn't actually tag this in. There's a nice setup now that just recently created from this low to this high. Of course, I need to see some retracement to see if prices actually want to go back and tag this in. We have a liquidity sweep, we have a break of structure and fair value gap, so I'll be monitoring that setup as well. I'm gonna actually set a alert in here real quick so that I can actually be cautious and avoid missing out on this position in case it starts retracing. So that's basically all for the analysis of today. So now let's just jump into tomorrow to see what happens and to see how we close the week. What up, guys? So today is Friday, November 7th, 2025, and guess what? Yes, sir. We won in both positions, not just one position, actually the two position, and we're back in the game. We were able to recover the losses from the beginning of this week, and we're basically at the same point where we left the challenge last week. So, amazing. I don't think there's a better way to actually end up this week, this second episode. So, to be honest, amazing. This is literally the definition of consistency. I didn't let those losing trades and that losing streak affect me. I kept executing my plan, and instead of being picky and instead of being afraid of losing more, I just executed my plan. I executed my system exactly as I should, exactly as I've tested and back tested in the past, and it played out perfectly. So I basically took this short position on AUD CAD. So what happened is I took the initial position, right, with the liquidity sweep, the break of structure, the fair value gap for a 1, 2, 3 risk reward. And then I was able to re-enter. So basically I add an additional position to my winning position. And here in this fair value gap, targeting a 1, 2, 2 risk reward. A little bit lower than my first target, but price literally just went way lower than this actual low. We were able to actually capitalize on that one and get triggered and filled for our final 1 to 2 risk reward. In this one, I risked 0.5%, so that because that's what I risk on my add-ons or when I add to winning positions. So when I scale up, I risk 0.5%, and in the initial one, as you guys know, I risk 1%. So in total, in these two trades, I basically made a 4% profit, which is definitely really good. Honestly, I think most likely price is going to keep going lower because I really don't like this equal lows. But I didn't want to hold this trade for longer, so I just closed up at 1 to 2 risk reward. Then, for the pending orders, I have these ones that are very close to get tagged. So most likely in market open on Sunday, most likely we're going to get tagged in these ones. Let's hope that there's no big slippage or big movements, but overall I'm just respecting my plan. Euro GBP, this long position, Euro JPY, this short, GBP JPY, this short as well, and USD JPY, this long right here. There's a couple of orders that I'm also interested in taking, like for example, NSET the USD. Of course, I have my alerts in place so that when price reaches this level, I'm going to start placing a couple of pending orders like NSET the USD, GBP CAD, NSET the JPY, NSET the CAD, AUD CHEV, CAD JPY, and NSET the CHEV. That doesn't mean I'm going to take all of these positions. This is just the first analysis for the end of the week. On Sunday, I usually just sit down when market opens and I do my market analysis for the week, and I just decide exactly what trades I'm going to take. So basically just filter out some trades, keep the ones that I'm going to take, and remove the ones that I'm not interested anymore. So of course, I'm going to do that on Sunday as always, but that's kind of like what I'm seeing so far in the markets. I don't see anything else on my watch list. These are actually the trades that I'm interested in right now, plus the trade that I just basically were able to capitalize today. And also, this is my MT5 right now. So these are the pending orders I just mentioned that I have placed at the moment. So your JPY, your GBP, USD JPY, and GBP JPY, right? You guys can see, for example, this one GBP JPY, this one on USD JPY, USD JPY. Oh no, this is the other one, Euro GBP, and the other one is Euro JPY, this one right here. So those are the same exact positions I just mentioned. And also, let me actually open my history so you guys can see the actual trades I took. So this was the losing trade on CAD-JPY, the one you guys already know, my most recent loss. And these two are the winning trades today. So this one, the big position, the 1-2-3 risk reward, and then this one, the 1-2-2 risk reward that I risked 0.5% on it. So these are the two trades on AUD CAD. And of course, let me just open, for example, FTMO as another example. Like always, the idea is kind of like for me to just keep everything as transparent as it gets. So let me show you the same exact thing. Where is it? So you guys can see CAD-JPY, the most recent losing trade, the two winning trades on AUD CAD, and then my pending orders on Euro-JPY, Euro-GBP, USD-JPY, and finally USD-JPY. So yes, guys, that's basically all for this week. And now let's just jump into the trading dashboards of my prop firm challenges to see how we are and how we basically closed for the week and for, of course, the episode 2 of the challenge. Okay, guys, and now the part that most likely is the one you want to see the most, which is my prop firm dashboard. So let's just jump into it to see how we closed this week. So first of all, the FTMO 50K account, by the way, you guys can see this is my actual account, right? Showing you everything with full transparency. And this is how we closed. So we closed at almost break even, minus 0.2% in drawdown. We closed this 50K account last week in literally break even, a little bit in profit, like $50 in profit, which is break even. So we're a little bit behind how we closed last week. Why? Because we, of course, had that horrible losing streak. You guys can see this drawdown right here. We went to almost 5% in drawdown, $47,935. And look at the calendar. So we lost 2 trades there. Sorry, 1 losing trade, 1 break even, then 2 losses, and then 1 loss. And then with the 2 trades on AUD CAD, we were able to recover from all these losses and go back literally at break even stage, which is not bad at all. So this one, it was at 50K last week. Now it's at $49,797, which is also break even. So it's all good. This one, 2.17% in profit. This was almost at 3% last week. Now it's 2.17%. We're still in profit, but of course, a little bit less than last week. Why? We had, of course, the horrible losing streak at the beginning. But the important thing is that we're in profit. And like I said, that's what matters. Then the other one, 1.92%. Same scenario. We were almost at 3%. Now this one is at 2%. And the other one, 2.07% in profit. So in summary, the 50K account on FTMO, it's at break even right now. And the other 3 50K accounts on Blueberry Funded, they're all at 2% profit. Not bad at all. We need to understand that we can't win every single time. We had a tough losing streak at the beginning of the week. But the important thing to mention is that we were able to stay consistent and true to our system. We respected our roles and we kept executing the same edge over and over again. And we were able to thankfully recover from those losses. And now we're back at the same point as we left last week. Well, not the same point, a little bit less. But I know that if we keep executing consistently our plan, we're going to start increasing in balance and hopefully we're able to pass the first phase on all of these accounts at the same time. So that's how we're doing so far, guys. And yeah, that was basically all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you guys don't follow me now and not subscribe to my channel, just do so. That's the best way you guys can help me. Just subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, let me know if you like this challenge and you want to join me in this journey to getting funded with $1 million in funding capital. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, that's kind of like where I'm updating everything throughout my journey, showing you guys daily vlogs and everything. So make sure to just follow me there. And yeah, that was basically all for this video, guys. Stay tuned for the episode 3. Let's see what happens this upcoming week. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.